Hi there, this is Carrie from Stamp with CT. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Texas, but you can probably tell from my accent, right? Give it a minute for Facebook to send out some notifications, and while that is happening, I'll say hello to the replay crew. Glad to have you here. A lot of people that watch on replay, and I sure do appreciate that. Usually have some friends that are able to join live as well, and I love that. So we'll wait just a second while they're able to hop in. I will tell you that I'm struggling a little bit with my allergies. I feel like my voice is kind of off, and it's just me and Oliver at home today, so I haven't talked a whole lot. So hopefully my voice will hold out. But it's been a good day. We've just done a few things around the house and worked a little bit in the craft room. Been trying to clean things up and organize a bit. Seems like that's an ongoing process in a craft room, isn't it? Always finding a different way to organize my supplies. And I love seeing tips from other demonstrators, other crafters on how they store their supplies and how they keep them handy. It's awesome. That's part of the fun, I think, of crafting, is organizing your supplies. Sorry. Hope y'all be patient with me. I'm sorry, but I just have a little bit of a froggy throat. Okay. Let me know how the weather is where you are. It has really heated up here in Texas. We had not hit 100 degrees, I think, until yesterday. Of course, it's the 30th of July, right? Yes, it's the 30th of July, so can't complain. Not complaining at all. It's really been a pretty good summer. But we've still got a lot of summer left. So let me know how the weather is, how you're doing, if you've been crafting. Hope you'll say hi as you pop in. So today we're going to make a gift card holder, and we're not making this exact gift card holder, but we're using the measurements that I used to create this one. It's super quick, super easy. As you can see, you don't need a whole lot of supplies. What's fun about a card like this is you can dress it up, dress it down. You know, if you want to make it a little bit more elaborate, you certainly can, but you don't have to. So I don't have a gift card that I could find, but I did have this business card. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out, though, so I can show you with the finished project that we make today. But this is the gift card holder that we're making. And I pulled in the card from last week, which is a Z-fold card that folds out like this. Because if you'll remember, last week I told you how versatile these measurements are. You can make either the Z-fold card, the gift card holder, or an easel card with the same measurements. So last week I asked if anybody was interested in seeing one of the other folds, and Debbie said she'd like to see it as a gift card holder. So that's what we're going to do today. Thank you, Debbie, for chiming in and casting your vote. So we're going to be using some products that I love. First up is this Encircled with Love stamp set. It has a 1 7/8 inch circle punch that coordinates with it. We're going to be using that today. And also the 2 3/8 inch circle punch that I've had in my collection a couple years now. I'm going to be using both of those punches. You could certainly use dies. This focal image could be really whatever you want, but this is what we're using today. Part of the reason I'm using this is because I've been playing with it anyway. We have our Finally Friday free online class this Friday, the 1st of August, at 5 p.m. Central Time, right here at Stamp with CT. So each month, Dale and I, Dale's my husband and my supporting demonstrator, we bring you a free class. You have the option to get the kit and make the projects yourself if you want to do it just like us. But you can also hop in either while we're live or on the replay, and you can see the projects that we create. We hope to inspire you. We hope that it will help you to get out the supplies that you have and use them. That's one of our main goals in this Stampin' Up! Journey that we've been on, and it's just really fun to be with you for a little while. So it's usually about an hour, and you know, you can still have time after that class to do something fun on Friday night, but we hope you'll join us for that. But we're using this stamp set, which is just absolutely the cutest. And we're going to be using just basic supplies. This is a piece of Secret Sea cardstock. It's 11 by 4 1/4, and I have my inside panel that's 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to show you how to create this gift card holder with these supplies. Okay, first up, let's bring in the paper trimmer, because we're going to need to score this piece at 2 inches and 5 1/2. I'm going to turn this a little bit just so I can see it better and bring it up just a little bit because of my light. You, of course, can leave your trimmer flat on your table. I just need to see where I'm at, that I'm at 2. And then on our paper trimmer, I love that you can score and cut. I have my scoring blade at the top, and it will actually pull all the way to the top to get out of the way so that I can cut with the darker blade. We're going to score, so use that scoring blade to go back and forth a couple times at 2 inches, and then we'll come on over to 5 1/2. I've just got such a glare, it helps to lift it up a little bit. I hope I did that right. I think I did. We'll know in just a second. It's off just a tiny bit. It's going to be okay, though, because this is a pretty forgiving little card. I think I'm just going to zhuzh it. So 2 inches and 5 1/2. Do it right. Don't do it like me. But also don't stress, because it's going to be okay. So we're going to be folding this piece in this time to form our gift card pocket. And I do want to mention, while we're at this point, that you can really score, I thought I cut it. I didn't. You can really score like at 1 3/4, 2 1/4. You can decide how you want to score it, how you want this to lay, and it will still work just fine. It'll still all work out, okay? So don't stress about it. If by chance you scored it, you know, 1 3/4, it's still going to be fine. It'll still make the gift card holder, the easel, or the Z-fold card. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in our 1 7/8 inch circle punch, because I want to punch a little notch here. And this is really kind of a bigger punch. To do this, you could use just like a 3/4 inch punch, a 1 inch punch, a die. I just want to take a little notch out so that when I put the gift card in the holder, it's easier to get out. So that's my 1 7/8. I also have the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. So I'll go ahead and bring that in because we're going to need it. So now we're going to take some tear and tape, and you can either use tear and tape, liquid glue, Stampin' Seal, or Stampin' Seal Plus, but you want a strong adhesive from the score line to the edge of the cardstock. I probably grabbed too much. What I like about using tear and tape is that it's skinny and it still leaves me plenty of room to fit the gift card holder. So let me show you. Like, it's going to slide in between there, no problem. And sometimes if we use liquid glue or we use Stampin' Seal, we might get over a little bit further. So I just like to use tear and tape, double-sided tape. Going to burnish that down. So what that does is helps that adhesive attach to the fibers of the cardstock, and it helps me to remove the backing paper a lot easier. So let's remove both sides of the backing paper. And then when we fold this over, we've created the gift card pocket. Gonna burnish it again so that it attaches to the other side of the fibers, and then I'll be able to tuck my gift card right inside. And it is a little bit snug, but that's good. I don't want my gift card falling out, right? Okay, so there we go. That's how easy it is to make the base. Now, before we go any further, let me show you what designer series paper I chose to use. And again, this was influenced by the fact we're going to use this Boho Vibes designer series paper this Friday night for Finally Friday with the same stamp set. So this just gives you yet another idea with these products. This paper is absolutely adorable. I actually signed up for a class. I didn't have this paper, and I signed up for a class and got, I think, like a quarter of a pack, because you get 6 sheets of each design. Yeah, I got a quarter of a pack in my packet for the class that I took, and I was like, wow, why had I not noticed this paper? Because it's adorable. It's so cute. Let me show you the B side, because it's just as fun. And so if you like these awesome designs and colors, because you've got Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, I think it's Petal Pink, Cajun Craze, y'all. You know how much Dale loves Cajun Craze. It's in here too. And I think Daffodil Delight. So if you love colors like this, this is a super cute paper. And I want to pull in the scraps that I have from creating projects for this Friday, because I have all my samples ready. So this is what I kind of have from my scraps. Now, I love to use my scraps up. That's just one of my goals in my crafting. We're going to need a piece that's 4 by 3 1/4 to go on this front flap here. So I kind of looked through earlier and saw that I had a piece, and I think that's the different pattern. That's in the wrong stack. I think this piece may be exactly what we need. Let me measure it right quick. So this is going to be a little bit different because we're going to decide as we're going what we're going to use. Yep, 4 by 3 1/4. Okay, so that's going to go on this flap right here on the outside of our card. Then, because we're going to put this piece that's 5 1/4 by 4, so you know it's going to have a little bit of a border here, and this was folded back at 2. I know that if I take a 2-inch wide piece, it's going to fit perfectly. So I'm looking now for something that's about 4 by 2 1/4. That looks like that would work. Oh, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think I like that. I think I like that. And then I decided, and this was the piece I'm going to need, I think I'm going to do my stamping on a piece of DSP. So we're going to hold that piece out. And then I'm going to look through, because I'm trying to decide what I might use for my larger circle. That won't really work. I think it needs to be something darker. Trying to decide what to use for my larger circle, and I don't think that's 2 3/8 inches wide, because I think I'm going to mat my stamping. This will work. Is that the same? No. I think I'm going to mat my stamping that way. That would be cute, I think. Like it better on the dark. Okay, so, and then who knows? I may take one of these other strips. Oh, wait. We could even use this piece right there. I think that's 2 inches. And then we could put this over it. I like that. I'm going to go with that. So I'll put these scraps aside. But just remember that you can pull your scraps out. And so as long as you have a piece that's a good size, 4 by 3 1/4, then you can start using up some of your strips. We could even, I don't think we're going to, but we could even take some of these skinny strips and line them up and make 2 inches. Just to use up some of those skinny strips. These skinny strips are also great to add to the outside of your card too. I mean the envelope. You know what I mean, hopefully. Okay. I think we're going to have to cut this guy down to 4 inches. Uh-oh. I just lost my scoring blade, but I think we're done scoring. I have a feeling Oliver will go find it for me here in a minute. So I'm going to, even though this is a small scrap, I'm still going to put it with my scrap pile from that set of paper. And I didn't measure it, but I'm pretty sure that looks 2 inches-ish. Yes. Perfect. We're living right, y'all. Okay, and there's my other pieces. Okay, let's start assembling. So sometimes I like to kind of show you my process and see how I decide what to use. This card is pretty colorful with all those different patterns. What this makes me think of is a cute card for a teenager or somebody that's kind of young at heart, right? There's a little, he's not a little boy anymore. I started to say a little boy that I always get a, you know, even a small gift card to Sonic or something like that, just to remember his birthday. This would be perfect for him. So let's go ahead and put some adhesive, some glue on this piece and do our front flap. I like that stripe pattern. That may be a little bit too wide. I probably should have measured it better and trimmed it, but we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. I'm all about making stuff work, y'all. I think I'm going to pull this all the way over and let it have a little border there. Yeah, I should have measured that better, but it's fine. And then we'll add this piece on the inside. That Secret C card base. Love it. Secret C has quickly become one of my favorites. And I don't know if Stampin' Up! Just sent this out to demonstrators yesterday, but I got an email that there will be an in color sale coming in August, and it will be select products. It's looking like it's going to be designer series paper. What else did it say? Ink and the two-tone cardstock. So be watching for that, y'all. The 5th through the 30th or 31st of August. And I'm going to use that same little image that I did on my sample card. Ink it up, press it down for just a few seconds, let that ink transfer. Cute. Secret C ink. And then I can take my 1 7/8 inch circle punch and just line that up. It's going to have a pretty good size border. Try to get it lined up as best I can. What do you think about stamping that on the DSP? That was a pretty good idea, wasn't it? I think so. In our 2 3/8 inch circle punch, we're going to come in and punch out a circle here. What I did not stop and think about, oops, I didn't go far enough in. Uh-oh. Let me grab another little piece. Well, so much for using my scrap, huh? I just didn't push that punch all the way in. Let me see if I can find another piece to use. I think so. So pay attention when you're punching. That's the moral of the story, right? All right, let me get my punches out of the way. And I should have thought what is on the back. I think that's going to work, though. I may want to punch a Secret C underneath there. I think I have some cardstock over here. Let me look. Got quite a stack of things that need to be put back where they go. I like to keep my scrap cardstock in the envelope with all of my cardstock, you know, just like it comes from Stampin' Up. Is that wide enough? Just right at it, I believe. I think it's gonna work. We're gonna make it work. It's not quite the same size. We're gonna make it work. Yeah, just so I can back that so that on the other side of it, it'll look nice. So let's go ahead and add some glue there. And I'll just make sure that that side is actually here on the card. We're just making it work today, y'all. Get this out of the way. So that's just what I do. So when I have scraps, I tuck them back in the packaging that the full sheets come in. That way, when I need a little scrap, I use them up. That's just what works for me. And I've found I'm much better about using my scraps when I do that. Tuck a little bit more glue under there. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and pop this piece up. So you can see, this is a quick project, but you can really add a lot to it if you want to. You don't have to, but you can. Not as good at taking those backings off with that take your pick as Dale is. He's just really good at that. And I like using the take your pick tool because it does seem to wrangle those backings a little bit better. You don't end up with them all over your house. Go ahead and add this guy on there. I think that looks cute, matted on designer series paper like that. This gives it a little extra something something. And so that's just going to go right here. So let me add just a little bit of liquid glue there so that I don't get it too far over on the circle. That way I can position my circle where I want it, press it down, and we'll be good. So that is our little gift card holder, y'all. What do you think? I like it. I think it turned out super cute. So that's our project for today. Let me know if you would like to see these same measurements made into an easel card. We could certainly do that next week. I had an idea for next week, but we can make an easel card next week if you want to. And again, I can use these same products, the Boho Vibes Designer Series paper and Encircled with Love stamp set, just to give you some more ideas if you're on the fence about it. I know a lot of people have the Encircled with Love stamp set because it is just so super cute. Okay, I have one piece of Happy Mail to show you today. This came from my amazing friend Lisa Tweedle. We played bingo the other night and she changed her name to Turtley Tweedle, which was, I think that's what it was. It was pretty funny. She has lots of different nicknames, but I love this card, Lisa. It made me smile. She messaged me and told me a card was headed my way, and then it was one that she learned how to make from me, and it's a pocket card, and it's just so much fun because you use designer series paper just on a base of cardstock, and then make the little insert. This can be a gift card holder too. You can attach the gift card to the back. You just fold that down, decorate it up. Isn't this paper just so darling? I want to say this was from Celebration a year or two back. Really cute, fun, bright paper. So I am doing something a little bit different with the Happy Mail that I get. I'm doing Mailbox Monday. So when I receive Happy Mail, I like to show it on my Facebook Live and give you a shout out. And then I'm going to take a picture of this so you can see her project up close a little bit more. And I'll post it Monday afternoon for my Mailbox Monday. Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. I hope I inspired you a little bit, and I hope to see you again next week. Y'all stay cool. Talk to you soon.